get this hoof here too. Take a look. Okay, calm down. Hey guys, how are you? Renato, how are you? Everything's okay? So guys, as you saw here, look how this big girl's hoof is here. It's a mare and Renato came here to do the maintenance, to do her trimming here today. It's pretty broken, isn't it, Renato? Yes, it is big and it breaks and it splits in the front. It's a way to keep the hoof shorter in the future. See? Well, Renato is gonna do the cleaning and he will remove that excess and we will see the transformation. Maybe we can have some surprises, isn't it, Renato? Well, it's just like that. Well, we are doing a basic hoofing and it's hard not to be surprised because she's not limping. But there is always a dry abscess, there is hard to not have in these conditions. And sometimes, well, I talk to the owners and with veterinarians and sometimes it is feasible not to change it now because there are animals that are going through a raining process and the hoof is already softer. And those softens the hoof more and ends up being much softer sensitive like for a stone or a stick and it ends up piercing the sole. So, well, sometimes I prefer to let more hoof, but if there is a bacterium and it's very big and increasing a lot, Renat takes her to here. Come here. Renato, well, just like that, yes, we are seeing that it's really raining these days for 2 weeks and intervals. The hoof tends to grow more too, or it just gets softer like anyway. Well, usually it gets softer later until it grows a little bit or not. As it is a little colder, the tendency from growth is not to be so big. So normally this gets to protect itself and warm up a little more. So I believe some studies say that in cold places the hoof grows less to save energy to help the animal to be warm and saves this energy from the hoof. And probably on those rainy days, well, it happens, but not like in some cold places. The tendency normally in these cold places is to be very dry and more rainy. It causes it more to crack. Well, let's see how those fissures will look there. So there could be a dry abscess. Well, let me go to the other side. see what a fissure is and go to the top, isn't it, Renato? Well, you may want it more superficial. It doesn't take the whole wall during the... Normally you have this more in the external wall. And just cleaning, not so very deep, just to make it ventilate more and reduce the risk of bacteria. But it's just that the bacteria like closed places, so if it's opened and with a rainy day, the tendency it's to increase. So it gets better. Now we go to the other hoof. Let's do the job a little faster because she's pregnant and she's uncomfortable. You can observe here to take it. She's tight. Yeah, look at the size of the belly. She is expecting a baby, guys. It's almost. You can see that she's already wanting to give milk. Show then. Well, guys, you can see that when she's close to giving birth, her teeth start to fill up. And this is for both cattle and horses. And this is the period that she is preparing to be able, like, to give milk. So she's getting prepared for it in this moment. No. Now let me settle here because she... Oh, look at the size of this part. See, it is already taking place in here, in her belly, because it's really too big. It is quite beautiful, isn't it, Renato, to see the transformation of a hoof that was deformed. And in this case, these animals are very well cared. And the guy here, he was not finding a professional to do it. So, yeah, we got in touch with Renato. He came here, and it had been a while since maintenance was done. And Open Gate is acting in that order to see providing service. It is another story for Open Gate. And thus always doing the best for the animal, taking the necessary care. Hey. Oh, now next to hoof, Renato, it will be much better. It will be not much more normal, and it's not so big. I've been shaping this hoof here because it's allowing me several formats. And next time it's going to be a little bigger than the normal process. The important thing is to keep up with this care. The animal, also as it takes time, it seems to get used to it. Well, it keeps moving all the time, and in the case of flies or rainy days like it's here today, they get in the way a lot. They really get in the way, and she can't flap with her hooves because I have to hold I have to hold it, and it's a lot of discomfort for her. It's a solitary game. Let's make this cleaning here. So this is going to be the final cleaning. And we are going to clean this small abscess here because it's a start, just cleaning a crack. So she doesn't have problems because the hoof is too big. The chickens are over there fighting over a beetle. Here we can see that there has already been a large increase due to the bacteria in the dry abscess. We're going to do this cleaning. Come on, let's go there. Hey, calm down. So it's clean, it's just this little crack. Now we're gonna enter with the medication and maybe, well, next time I can make a better withdrawal, but if I remove here more now, it's going to hurt her. But the top part is already clean and it goes much deeper. Well, it's going to be a risk and, well, we don't want it to hurt her. That's it, guys. You can see after the hoofing, we'll stay here and till the next video, God willing. Our motto is to listen to those who have no voice to be heard.